Hello, boys and girls. So today we are going to work on Module 12, Lesson 5, Represent Addition with Tens and Ones. And here's our I can statement for today. I can show how to add a one-digit number or a multiple of 10 to a two-digit number by combining tens and ones. And I will help you understand that as we go. But that basically means any two-digit number. So a two-digit number is a number with two little numbers, for example, 23, 47, 96. Anything that has two little numbers is a two-digit number. Okay, so that's this part. And we are going to be adding a one-digit number to that two-digit number. So that would be any number from 1 to 9. Or we're going to be adding a multiple of 10. So we'll be adding 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, those types of numbers. So in our Spark Your Learning problem today, it says Jen has 23 toy boats. So that's a two-digit number, 23 toy boats. She gets 5 more toy boats. How many toy boats does she have? How can you solve this problem? And so, boys and girls, you know that when you see a box like this, you always need to show me some of your thinking. You can't just write an answer. So you could write an equation here. You could draw a number line here. You could write 23 and then make 5 blanks to count on. So we know that if she has 23 toy boats and she gets 5 more toy boats, that we are adding, aren't we? So I'm going to do it just a little bit differently. I'm going to do a quick picture. I want to show you 23. So here's 10, 20. Those are two tens and 20, and then 3 ones. So that's 23. This is a picture that would represent the number 23. Okay. So those are the boats that she had to begin with. Then she gets 5 more boats. So let's think about the number 5. Should I make 5 lines, 5 tens, or should I just make 5 ones? Well, 5 is just 5 ones, isn't it? It's not 50, it's just 5 more boats. So then when I go to add these together, adding together just means putting together. I'm going to count this total number of boats that she has. So remember, as I touch my tens, I'm going to count by tens. So 10, 20, and remember how I taught you to say stop so you don't keep counting right on by tens. I don't want to go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, right? Because these are ones. So I want to go 10, 20, stop, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, because those are also ones. So 28 toy boats. And again, mathematicians, you know that we can choose to try several other strategies. If you want to use that hundreds grid that you've been using, or you want to count on, that is your choice. The great thing about doing math is you need to use the method that makes most sense to you. Build understanding. So Miss Gray has 12 paintbrushes. She gets 5 more paintbrushes. How many paintbrushes does she have? So that's the first time we're reading that problem. So I am picturing in my mind, as we do when we retell our math problems, I am picturing Miss Gray. I'm picturing an artist. Maybe she even has on like a paint shirt. She has 12 paintbrushes in her hand, and then she gets 4 more paintbrushes. How many paintbrushes does she have? So I'm picturing her. She had 12 in her hand. She picked up 5 more. Draw to show how to add the ones. All right, so I'm going to draw 12 first. So 12 has 1 10 right there, 1 10, and 2 ones. So that picture right there represents the 12 that she had to start with. Then she got 5 more. 5 just has 5 ones. Part B says, how did you add tens and ones to solve the problem? So I am just going to write, I'm not going to write it here because I want to save time, but I would write here that I counted them all together. So I added them all together. That's what you would do. So how can you write an equation to solve this problem? So the equation that represents my drawing up here would be 12 paintbrushes plus 5 more paintbrushes. She's picking up 5 more paintbrushes equals, an equation always has to have an equal sign, doesn't it? And let's count and see how much that is. So we'll say 10, stop, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. She has 17 paintbrushes. Our turn and talk at the bottom, if we were in school today, we would be talking about this. Explain how you solved the problem. What does your answer mean? So we solved the problem by doing a quick picture in this case, and maybe you used a different method. So you can turn and tell someone at your house if you used a different method. What does your answer mean? My answer of 17 means that she now has a total, and that's an important math word to use, a total of 17 paintbrushes, or you could say that we got the sum of paintbrushes by taking 15 and adding 5. Step it out. So we're going to take it one step at a time. There are 20 paint jars in a store. The store gets 34 more paint jars. How many paint jars does the store have? Okay, so we have to think really carefully. Don't get going too quickly. Think really carefully. Part A, draw to show the problem. Start with 20. I can draw a group of 2 tens. So let's think about what 20 means. It means 2 tens and 0 ones. So if I do a quick picture of that, it looks like this, 2 tens. That's how I would draw 20. Draw to show the number of paint jars the store gets. I can draw another group of 3 tens and 4 ones. So if we look at this number 34, this is what 34 looks like. 3 tens and 4 ones. Show how to add the tens. I can draw a circle to group the tens. So it's really important to count the tens first. Even if both numbers have some ones mixed in, we want to count all of those tens first, then say stop and add on our one. So let's try that. Ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, stop. 51, 52, 53, 54. So 54 paint jars. Now, what equation did we just do with our drawing there? We took 20 paint jars, which was the 2 tens that we drew at the top, and we added 34 paint jars that the store got. And that is equal to the 54 paint jars that we just counted together. Check for understanding. Julia has 3 crayons, so let's think carefully. What would the quick picture for 3 crayons be? Do we have any tens in the number 3? We do not, so we are just going to draw 3 dots. She doesn't have 30 crayons, she only has 3 crayons. Rich gives her 24 more crayons. So a quick picture for 24 would be 2 tens and 4 ones. And remember I said how important it was to always count our tens first. So we're going to start with our tens here and say 10, 20, stop. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So she now has 27 crayons. And what we did was take the 3 crayons that she had to start with and add them to the 24 crayons that Rich gave her. And then you have one more page to do on your own. And I want you to think carefully about how to do those quick pictures. Make sure that you do the quick pictures in the box for me. And then at the bottom, there are a few to solve on your own. There you can pick a strategy that you want to use. If you liked using your number grid yesterday, then go back to using your number grid. If you want to draw quick pictures for number 4 through 9, you can do that on a separate piece of paper or on your marker board. I sent marker board markers home with all of you, and you got marker boards at the beginning of the year, so you could use that to show your work. Pick whatever method makes sense to you. Have a great day.